Hey, everyone.
Okay, right. So this is not Jessica and Maya's thing. So out of our comfort zones here. We have a script, which I can't see because I put our presenter.
Why don't we start by introducing ourselves?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go first. My name is Jessica, and I work on the marketing team here at Hot Mess Consulting. And my job is to create content. So I do most of the copywriting. So if you've ever read an email from Hot Mess Consulting, there's probably a good chance that I wrote it. And today, Melanie and I are going to take you through some of the tactics behind our marketing here at Hot Mess Consulting. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my best tips for your emails if you haven't got those going yet or you're struggling with them. So yeah, stick around till the end to get those from me.
And I'm Melanie, and you would not have ever met me or seen me or interacted with me, or if you did, you're very lucky. I do all the back-end support. I help with the marketing, and I help Carla, and I keep everyone on track and on task. At least I try.
Yes, like this week, we could not have done without Melanie to keep all the hundreds of balls that we needed to juggle this week in the air. So, yes, she is our admin magician.
So this week, we wanted to break down how we do marketing here at Hot Mess. And marketing is one of those things that you don't always get right. And people always ask me, oh, do you do sales? And I always go, no, I don't do sales.
No.
I can help you with your marketing, but I don't do sales. I don't like to talk to people.
No, I totally agree with you. Sales and marketing, I know they're always like grouped together, but marketing, it's not sales. I like to think that here, our job doesn't have anything to do with sales. Our job is to just find the right people who are ready to work with us. And if we do that, then the sales will just take care of themselves. So yeah, marketing is not about trying to win over people that are not interested. It's just about talking to people who already are.
Yeah. And as somebody who likes to dip her toes into the marketing pool, it's always really nice to work with someone like Angela who believes in what is considered a soft sell. We don't do you have to work with us, we're the best in the industry. Well, we do that because it's true, but we don't come across as that hard. I'm not, my words are going bad now. We don't come across with the hard sales.
Yes, yeah. We're not about hard sales here at all. And that transitions nicely into our first topic that we want to take you through today, which is our approach here, which is sometimes known as customer-centric marketing.
Or people-centric marketing.
People-centric marketing, yes.
So I'm going to I made an infographic, which we will be dropping in the group later when we drop the live. And I'm hoping that I'm sharing the right thing. Infographic, share. Presenting my window. Can we see my window? Yeah, there we go. So, wait. Where is zoom in? There's my zoom button. So I created this little infographic to share with everyone, and it just breaks down what we do here at Hot Mess, the 5 steps that you take when you look at selling from your why to your product. So in some marketing circles, you sell from product to why. So you tell people that you have this product, you tell people how you make this product, and then you expect them to buy this product. In the way we do marketing, we talk about why we do it. We talk about how we do it, and then we tell you what it is we do. Jess?
Yes, exactly. So everything that we do here at Hot Mess starts with that purpose and that why. And just so that we'll also be dropping this video link, but Melanie and I were very moved by this video that we watched. What was his name, Mel?
Simon Sinek.
Simon Sinek.
I'm saying his surname wrong, I'm 100% sure, but if you've ever done any marketing research, you would have come across Simon. He's really amazing. He's up there, in my opinion, with the Seth Godins of the world.
Absolutely.
So he breaks down the people-centric way of marketing really nicely, and it's even a monkey could follow it if he did it in monkey sign language.
So the one thing that really stood out to me in that whole video was he said, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And I think a lot of people focus their marketing efforts on the how and the what, but not the why. And the why is really what resonates with people and what's going to actually make them take action and make a decision. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. I love that. People will just be attracted to you if you resonate with them. And yes, so back to our, you closed it, Mel, our infographic.
Oh, sorry, should I open it again? I wasn't loving how it was sharing. Put it in presenter mode, but it wasn't nice.
Sorry guys, our Hot Mess is showing all over.
Always. I didn't like Canvas presenter mode. It didn't look nice. So I closed it.
Yeah, so for the boutique owners listening, if I have some advice for you, we did make a post, I think it was yesterday, in our group in one of the giveaways that we're doing this week for client appreciation. And we asked you, what do you love about being a boutique owner? And if you're looking for your why, that is where I would start. Because what you love about it is that's what you're passionate about. And if you can narrow down on that and find out what it is and share that with like-minded people, the sale is 75% done already.
Yeah. Keeping in mind that your purpose isn't the profit. The profit is the byproduct of your purpose. So yes, when you sit down to do your why isn't to
I want to make money.
And I know I've been like really stuck on this part of it. It's really not the easiest part to dig down and find your why. Why are you building the product? Why are you doing it? It's not so that I can spend more time with my daughter. That's not your why, because nobody cares that I want to spend more time with my daughter.
Exactly. It's what is your why say about me as your ideal customer?
Yes.
I have to be able to resonate with your why as well. It has to have meaning to me.
Yes. So the byproduct of starting your boutique might have been so that you have more time to spend with your family and contribute to the family as a whole. But your passion for being a boutique owner is going to be your purpose. So your passion is going to be, because like here at Hot Mess, our passion is to make sure that we are empowering you, the boutique owner, with an amazing website. We are providing support and help for you to be able to maintain that website. And then you're going out and doing all of the things we're talking about now that we do to meet your ideal client.
Exactly, Mel. And once you've gotten them in with your purpose and your messaging, then very important to nurture your clients, because obviously it's so much easier to once someone is bought from you already, you want to keep them in your circle. So yeah, Mel, do you want to talk a bit about nurturing?
Yes. So once you've made the sale, you're then now going to start nurturing them. And this is where it's very important that you've got your Facebook strategy in place, you've got your email marketing in place, you've got your text messaging in place. Because in that nurturing, you want those people to come back and buy from you again.
Right.
As a web developer, we want you to come back to us when you need something fixed. We
Mhm.
want you to come back to us when you want to update.
Tell your friends about
You
us.
want us to tell your friend? Yeah, exactly that. So that nurturing sequence is so important. Once they've bought from you that first time, then you're going to, hey, Whitney,
Hey,
Hey.
you're now going to use all of those emails and those text messages and those Facebook messaging, your lives, your TikToks, and you're going to continue having them buy from you because you're still talking about your passion, you're still talking about your how, and then the byproduct of that is the sale.
Yeah, and if I can just jump in here, I want to talk a little bit about emails. Okay, so here at Hot Mess Consulting, we do have a pretty big email list, and we do have a very good open rate on our email list as well. And I've been writing our emails for about the last 3 years. So some of the tips that I would like to share with you, because I know creating content for emails can be really difficult. So what I do when I come to write an email is I imagine myself talking to someone who absolutely loves Hot Mess Consulting. Because like I said before, I'm not trying to convince anyone to buy anything. We're only making offers to interested people and showing people our expertise. And here at Hot Mess, the way we do that is by sharing information freely. You can basically get all our tips and tricks for free because we do share so much information. The only thing, yeah, so yes, okay, back to the emails. Another really important thing that you can do is just make sure that you use the word you in your emails instead of saying shoppers can get 50% off. Rather, the subject line be you can get 50% off, because I'm always talking directly to that person. I'm not talking about other people. And most importantly, your subject lines. I always take extra time to think about the subject line because that is what will get someone to open an email, right? And we already know that people have a gazillion emails in their boxes every day. So you have to be able to stand out, right? So subject lines that stand out with a promise or a statement that you deliver on in that email, and you send those emails consistently, it's definitely a winning combination. So when I do emails, I like to think of breaking them down into three different steps. So first of all, we want to get the action that we want is we want to get someone to open the email. So that is where our subject line is the most important. The next step is that we want them to read that email. So we've got to make sure that it's readable. There's no big blocks of text. It's nicely broken up and it's scannable for someone to just scan through in under a minute and get the gist of what we're saying. And then the last part, step 3, getting them to take some kind of action. So a call to action, shop our catalog, have a look at this blog post, whatever it may be. And when it comes to those call to actions in emails, another tip for you is, now I know we do sometimes break this tip here at Hot Mess Consulting, but yeah, we are known for being rule breakers. But try just to have one call to action in your email, because when you have more than one call to action, you're asking people to make a choice and they might not make any choice at all. So I always just like to keep it focused on that one subject line. I mean, that one call to action. Okay. Whew. Let me just take a breath there. You wanna just jump in, Mel?
So the last thing that you want to look at when you're doing the people-centric approach to your marketing is your after-sales support. So as important as having all of the things in place for your nurture sequence, your after-sales support is just as important. Are you answering the emails in a timely fashion? Are you responding to your text messages? Have you got YouTube tutorials, training videos? Where's your return policy? Can they easily find your returns policy? Or is everybody trying to email you with a question about the returns? Maybe you need to add those questions you're getting to your returns policy. These are all important steps for after sales support. And unless anybody's got any more questions or thoughts, we have.
I know we ran through our presentation kind of quickly. So there's just one more thing that I want to just touch on. Going back to the why, and maybe a tip for anyone watching who's like wondering, how can I make my boutique stand out? And the way I would approach it is always just to think, how can I be of service to my community? If you can find a way to integrate yourself into the community and find your ideal customers there, think of what you could do, a small thing that you could do that could make you stand out. Whether it's, you offer, I don't even know, you offer free measurements,
have your own client appreciation week. I mean, have your own, look at some of the things that you see working well for, you never want to copy another person's business, because first of all, that's not going to work. Like, you're never going to have the exact magic ingredients that they have, but look for inspiration around you. Like, it's the smallest ideas that can have a big impact. And leading with your why, like my team was saying here, and just making sure that you are raw and honest. Like, I like to say, like, get naked, like, take it off, like, let it down, let your hair down, like, share your freaking heart with people. Like, they don't need to be sold to. Like, we are strapped for money these days. Inflation's going through the roof. Like, why the hell should they buy from your shop? You are the reason. So make sure that's really clear in everything that you do and all of your messaging. And, even look at some of your wholesalers, like some of the wholesalers that we featured. Look at JDK's group. She kills it in there. Not only is she posting nonstop, which you do need to do, you need to get out there and in front of people, but she has incredible energy, and she's always super positive. You can tell how hard she's working. You can tell how much she cares about everything that she does. Like, bring that into your business. And yeah, like, in terms of customer appreciation, what can you do to give back to maybe your, in Shopify, if you go to customers, so you go to the customers where there's all customers. On the top, you can sort by different things. There's like the amount that they've actually spent. So you can actually look at who's spent the most with your business in general and take a look at what that is. And if it's enough, what would it hurt to send them a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, or do even an event? Like, if you're in person, like, I've heard of people doing an actual VIP event. Did you have a question? I saw your hand raised. Feel free to ask.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys were going to replay this, or if there was a way I could watch it later, because I'm interested.
Oh yeah, we're gonna load it. Once we're done, we're gonna load it on YouTube.
Okay, because this is all amazing information, and I have a client out there, and I told her to wait for a second.
Oh, God.
Go, Sarah.
Oh yeah. No, we will be posting it up. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna jump off here. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining.
Bye, Melanie. Bye, Jessica.
Yeah, I think that that's just kind of what I wanted to add on top is, and just that personality and attitude. And it, you don't have to have such a bold attitude like I do, like we do here, but whatever, that goes back to branding. Whatever your branding is, be all about that, as much of that as humanly possible, and everything that you post, like it should be so clear. All of your posts should be like, oh my God, she's such a vibe. Again, whether that's a wild vibe or whether that's like
a bookworm vibe.
Yeah, I mean, like whatever
stay-at-home mom vibe, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is, like, and then infuse that why. Hey, Marlene. We are just about wrapping up, probably pretty soon, but we're gonna also post the recording on YouTube shortly. But while you're on here, are there any? So basically, what we've been covering is like how to really focus on your customer through your marketing, how to give them some appreciation as well, kind of like what we've been trying to do this week for you guys. We were hitting on branding as well, of just like making sure that your vibe is clear. Like there's, you're not just trying to sell people basically, which, it's all about like having them feel like they know, like, and trust you, having them feel like they resonate with you, all of that kind of stuff. So you'll want to probably catch the replay, like I said, because we're kind of wrapped up with all of that. But is there anything we can help you with specifically since you're on here? Any question? Okay. Yeah, I think that is there anything else, you guys?
I would just like to say that I hope everyone has been really inspired by our customer appreciation week this week, and I hope that you guys are going to go out and do something similar for your own clients and create lots of buzz. And I just want to say thank you very much. For listening, for joining us today, and look forward to chatting to you over email where I'm much more comfortable.
Yes, no, Jess and Mel, you did amazing. I know that, like, I mean, I get nervous going on these too. Like, it is not like it's just hard, we got to put ourselves out there, and especially these boutique owners. I mean, it is hard to do that day in and day out. Like, it's a lot of content. It can feel like, but it does help. I find for myself it helps when I get into that flow. Well, Marlene, I haven't checked out your TikToks too much, but like I saw you post a video the other day and I was like, damn, like this is amazing. Like you were showing off like a bralette or something. Ooh. And like, I mean, that was awesome. Like, so I think just keep doing more of that. Like you're doing the right things. Like I see you trying so hard and I see you putting your heart into it. Like, if I have any tips specifically for you based on the bit of stuff that I see on my feed pop up is like, just stay in that positivity. I know it's so hard sometimes. Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. Like any tips for your ideal client type, customer type, it doesn't have to always be making that sale. And maybe for a minute, you have to kind of even like downplay the products that you sell just for a little bit to kind of get that traction going where you need it and get that community and the relationships going. And then, you slowly start to hit them with the products from there. I mean, just whatever you have to do to get that. You may not have to go that route. Like, I mean, at least obviously if you're, doing your hair or makeup or even a recipe or something, make sure you're at least wearing your clothing and stuff so you can shout it out throughout it, which I'm sure you're doing too. But today did outfit of the day and yes, like this is so like, you're really doing the right things. You really just need to get in front of more people, and it just takes time and commitment and consistency and not giving up and remaining positive, because the thing is, like, once we, even we at Hot Mess, like it's not always been easy. I think I messaged you not that long ago telling you I couldn't get out of bed that one day. Like I was having a really rough time for a while, you know, and that came through in my business. I wasn't there for my team the way that they needed me. And so, you know, our marketing started to shift to a more struggle, survivor, I don't want to say desperate, but like, you know, how you're doing, you know, comes across in your marketing, and you want to make sure that that stays as positive as possible, even though, like I said, I know it's not easy and we're never going to get it right all the time. But that's something, you know, that's important. And that's why, like, for me, I just, you know, I finally hopefully have the message loud and clear that I need to continue to take care of myself, or I'm not going to be here to do all of that. Yeah, and I hear you, Marlene, and I wish there was like, the only thing that worked for me is continuing to work so hard on myself that I had enough to give, because it's, you know, in those moments that I don't have enough to give, and then what, like that, like nobody is going to buy from that, you know what I mean? But like but I know that I know it's really hard. I mean, believe me, like it's been some rough times. It's been some rough times, to say the least. But like the other thing is like focusing on how much I love all of the customers and clients that we do have, you know, already, that have been with us through the years, and loving on them. Like even this week has really filled our cups, you know, like we're giving and giving and giving this week. But yeah, so I don't know,
like we're just getting so much more back.
Yes, and that's just it. You get out what you get back what you put out in the world. And I know sometimes it feels like that takes too long and it is discouraging. And I think maybe that's a little bit of where you're at, but you're doing the right things, you know. Keep with the education, keep doing like whatever you see that is working, keep doing that, even if there's only a few people on the live, because as you build that up, it'll have a bigger impact, you know.
But also remember, I think what really works well for us, Marlene, is that Angela shares a lot about where she is at. And we lean into that a lot. And what I see a lot of businesses doing wrong is that they're not sharing on their business page enough about where they are at as people. People are interested in other people. They're not interested in products. So someone is going to buy from you because they're resonating with what you're going through and your life story and your experiences. So when you start sharing more of that, so that curly girl thing, and your hair is on point. If my daughter was around now, you'd loving her curls too, because her curls are delicious, just like you've got in yours too today. And that's what people really, really respond to. So when Angela is in that space and she's able to engage in social media, then you can look at our trends. I'm sure Angela would be happy to share. But we also have, when she's in those slumps, then we're definitely down there with her. And when she's engaged and she's sharing about what is exciting, things just keep growing from there. And because we're all human, we have to ride those waves. And then when we're on an app, we have to grab all the things that we have on that app, and so to keep us going for that down, so that we remember we were just up. We're going to come out on the other end of this down. And yeah, so Facebook is hard. Facebook, the algorithm changes all the time. It's so not easy. But yes, share more like you've done now with the Curly Girl stuff. That is awesome.
Yeah, and something that I'm still kind of trying to learn on my own. I'm gonna butcher the lesson, but it's something like share from your, when things are rough, you do want to share about it, because people, like, we need to be talking about that stuff more often, but we want to share from our yeah, I'm not gonna get the right words, but it's like we want to wait like a couple of days and share from okay, this is the wound or trauma or something that was reacted in me recently, and this is like what I learned from it, and this is where I am now, rather than when you're deep in it, when you're sitting right in it. And I tend to lead with my emotion, and I've had to get better and better at that, because not only is that hard for my team, if I like am in the middle of my emotion and I come to them with something, I mean, it's too raw. It's not ready for them. That's only going to get them like really stressed out, like when it's not necessary. If I just waited a day or two. And that's the same with my audience, because like when I share stuff, like I do try to be really, really raw when I'm struggling. And I think there's so much value there. But I think if I share too soon, before I've like learned from it, before I can really share it in a positive way, then
like a reflective way. You've had time to reflect on what happened
Yeah.
and sort out your
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I've posted and deleted it before too immediately. I'm sure we've all done that, because you post it and you're like, okay, this like I'm just complaining and I'm being the victim here, and like this isn't going to be helpful for anybody,
right.
And that's okay. Like that's okay. I just saw someone do that the other day. I was about to post on her saying you're so brave and courageous, because it was a really, really, really raw post about how like she basically almost about how she was like being a fraud in her coaching business. But I mean, she said it in a very, it was like she didn't realize she was doing that. And when she realized it, she was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. This isn't right. This isn't the life I was meant to live. She deleted it before I could even comment. And I totally understand why. Like we can get torn up for things like that. But I think there's value in being really brutally honest anyway, as long as there's a message there to be taken away from the reader too, which there was in hers. Like it was a good post, but I think she just wasn't ready. It's so raw. It's so raw. And that happens sometimes, so, yeah. Yeah. But you are doing great, Marlene. I know it's so freaking hard. Like, and you're not alone. But I hope, yeah. I mean, just keep, I mean, if there's anything specific that you ever have a question on, please do post it in our group. Like all of us would be happy to hop on if you need ideas, or even just sometimes we just need encouragement, do feel free. I mean, I know that you have the boutique hub too, and obviously it's really, really amazing in there, and there's a lot more people in there. So, but then sometimes it's nice to be in a smaller group too. So yeah.
Yes, because you're going to get our attention. And that goes
yeah, like this here,
post in our group.
Yeah. Okay, well, go ahead.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, so we're gonna wrap up, but then later on we're gonna post the replay of this video.
Yes.
And then at the same time, Melanie will include this very nice infographic and also a link to the Simon
Sinek
video that we were speaking about earlier. That one really touched me, and yeah, I think it will be very inspiring. Go watch that.
Yeah, just as like we're not just making this up to sound smart. It's actually out there, and people
much
think
smarter people than
is
us.
a real thing. And sharing about your life and where you are at, because people will buy from people. They're not going to buy what you're selling. They're going to buy why you're selling. And that is pretty much a whole presentation.
Yes.
In a nutshell.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you for hopping on, and feel free to catch the replay to catch what you missed and everything. So, okay.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
See you next time.